Mabambi wanga kange ta Finish live microphone test. Comment section, mic check. A very good morning, dear viewers. Why do I call it good morning? Yet it is the wee hours of the evening. All right, good evening, dear viewers. Welcome to Roxbury in Chiwanga for one final time in this competition. This one is the final. Today we have been having a second tournament in as many days, playing the same exact rules, with many of the players participating being the very same players that participated in the tournament that happened right yesterday, the ATA Super 8-man competition. Now the winner of that comp in Hazard LUKOMWA Double the Truth is again in the final. Maybe he's back to his very best to win a second competition in as many days. He may have to shake off the shock from KALEMA, perhaps little known but talented enough. The race is only 5. That has been the race for the entire competition, and because of it being a one-day competition, the prize for the victor will be $300, the second place $150, then $75 for the third place person, and then $35 for player in position number 4. There has been a third place match that has been won by Ibrahim Kayanja, the real machine. He has just defeated Robert Tomusime. But in the final, Hazard is drawing 1-1 with KALEMA and is on the verge of taking the lead to make himself a favorite for a second consecutive final and a second consecutive victory in a second consecutive day. Hazard 2 and KALEMA 1. And my special thanks to the management of Roxbury for performing 2, if not 3 roles in one to ensure that today has been a success. First of all, full sponsorship of the comp. It may sound like little money, but yes, it's very worth competing out for the day. $300, not so bad money if you come to the venue without it. Then beat 4 people racing to 5, just win 20 frames and take that $300, and then $150 for the second. There's money for the third and fourth, and yes, more money for the ladies, and it's top 4. Thank you very much, Mr. Zach Idiro. when I gave you the phone call and asked you to have an independence competition because there was a gap. You accepted. For you as a Roxbury team, it is money spent. For the players, it is money received. For the rest of the continent, it is entertainment guaranteed. Dr. Agri has been around. I just cracked it that these players will need some pocket money as they head to Mpumalanga on Sunday evening. Then he gave me $50 for each of 16 players. That is each of them. You can do the math. 50 times 16. That is just show them when you are in South Africa for the space of the next week. You can just have some data on your phones, just like that. Very generous and very useful people. They administer Roxbury Pool Club, the team that won the league of Uganda, the team that also won the Q Masters International Carnival, pretty much African champions in the team category. And all 5 of the Roxbury starting players did make it into the cut to represent Uganda in the men's team event, including this guy who is leading, that is Hazard, including Joseph Kasozi, Ibrahim Sejemba, Simon Wola, the computer, and yes, as well as Ian Kazibwe. The other 3 being Caesar, Dog City, and Ibrahim Kayanja. The trip to Mbombela for the Ugandan team shall happen at 7 p.m. perhaps 6:30 p.m. East African time this Sunday evening. They should be checking into the airport at perhaps 4 p.m. So this one will be the very last match you will be watching me streaming live. God willing, the next time you'll be watching action on this page. You will be coming live from Mbombela. Now this one is Hazard playing and missing. He has to be wary that this comp perhaps represents the best competition, the best performance we have ever witnessed from KALEMA. These 2 players did make a big name on the African continent in a very bad way in January this year. I think it must have been around 18th or something. They were involved in the round of last 16 of the Creme de la Creme competition that was organized by Dice Lounge. Then the management team of both Hazard and Paul KALEMA, they were racing to 11 in that first round. It was 10-10 at one time. Then KALEMA Paul got a chance to pot the black. Since then, he decided not to pot it and gave the reason that Hazard introduced me to my management team. I felt like a treasoner, beating him and eliminating him from the competition at my own management in front of my boss. The boss became so mad at both of them, wanting to dismiss them from the management team. They both got to apologize and they both got to be granted in. And yes, now they are in good books with the boss. They are also in good books with the scoreline because in a race to 5, the 2 are now drawing 2-2. And now officially a race to 3. Thank you for watching. Julio, and many hundreds watching on Break and Fish Live Facebook as well as Peter Chove Live YouTube. Thank you for watching. Admin of ATA YouTube channel must be Paul Opio. He's a stubborn guy. He has reminded us that Caesar will be playing for ATA Pool Club in the Ugandan Pro League next season. Stephen Baguma, you're asking how come Hazard and Kasozi do play on the same team in the league and yes, they don't get along. It's quite weird. It happens. What I talk about? There has been a protest by Paul KALEMA when the umpire did ask him to play in position. He was claiming that there had to be a stalemate, saying that a legal shot was not possible. The umpire told him it is possible, find a way to. And just like that, it is now Hazard on the go. He's very clearly, in my opinion, the most unloved player in Uganda. Because he has those very, very, very crazy antics. You really have to understand him to love him. Outside of that, it is not difficult to like him. He's very crazy. And also very erratic. Erratic in dress code. Erratic in how he treats players he doesn't like so much. Erratic in sometimes results achieved on the table, and yet he's genuinely very talented. Critical frame number 5, this one. I love it for the fact that Paul KALEMA this time is deciding not to be bullied whatsoever. He told me it will be a very happy moment if social media reads tomorrow that he will have won a first comp in Uganda. And it's a comp that has gotten players participating, those whom he even has no right trying to beat, those that did make it into the cut for selection team trials, and those that made it into the team. Pretty much all the best players in the country, the entire national pool team, and yet only one of them is in the final. The other is Paul KALEMA, and he has a chance of winning as long as he doesn't keep scratching just as he has just done. Umpire Henry Joko removing the cue ball from the table mechanism. This one looks like a very good opportunity for Hazard to win frame number 5 and regain the lead and make himself once again the favorite for the victory. Be reminded that in the ultimate rules, fouls are there, standard fouls are there, but there is nothing like 2 visits. There is nothing like a free shot. It is just a loss of turn. If it's a standard foul, the loss of turn does come with the incoming player having the cue ball in hand and can place it anywhere on the bed of the table. If it's not a standard foul, the incoming player only plays the shot in the position of the cue ball. It's It's well over 500 people watching at this time of the night. Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting Paul. Also, thank you for making me relevant as a streamer. From Facebook, thank you for watching John Mosara Tawanda. You're saying, doesn't Hazard make push shots? You always think he does. Nash shots. Not really. They're not push shots. Maybe it is his stroke that does confuse you a bit. He does stroke quite legally. Billionaire Mereke, thank you for watching. Asking about the rules. They're playing international 8-ball rules. Call them ultimate rules. The rules that they'll be playing in the African Ultimate Pool Championships. That's why you just watched 2 tournaments that are being played in the same exact rules, just to make the national team players ready for the next big comp that is coming up starting next Monday, and it will all be coming live from Mpumalanga province, Mbombela district in South Africa. Kila Isoka, you're watching from Lusaka. Thank you for watching. Costa Mombasa, they're not old rules these, They are very modern rules, the same rules in which they play the European Ultimate Pool Championships as well as American Ultimate Pool Championships. Some of the best 3-foot-5 table competitions in the world. Lewis Nemasango, thank you for watching. Gibson Katambala, as well, thank you for watching on Break and Finish Live. Julia, you say Kalema is your village mate. The 2 players do hail from the same area in the country. Deep in the center of the country, the city is called Masaka. That's where both of them do come. And for Kalema Paul, only 3 years ago did he make the migration into the city of Kampala purposely to further his playing career. He will be having some benefit of a snooker by Hazard. Paul Kalema will hope that Hazard misses the black. If he does, Paul Kalema will be having the cue ball in hand. And you fancy that even if he finds the black, Paul will probably be winning the frame. He does find the black, instead puts the cue ball, and Paul Kalema doesn't even believe his luck. And this one will most likely not be a clearance that will give him a lead as the match grows older. He's a very, very funny guy. For most of the matches that you are always watching online, when he's not a player, he likes side betting a lot. He likes those side bets. You just name a player for whom you are placing your bet, then he just names the other player. He bets for the sake of it. Now he wants to win another frame this time round out, not for the sake of it, but have himself the lead in the final. Black will be sunk to the corner pocket bottom left for Paul Kalema. It seems Hazard has conceived. He's been speaking to the umpire. I'm not so sure what was the discussion between Hazard and the umpire. Kalema will be thinking that Hazard wanted to answer to him. That's why he took a little bit more time and puts black and takes the lead. Paul Kalema 3 and Hazard LUKOMWA 2. Rest to 5. It is the final. And for those who are just joining the stream once again, you are watching the final of what has been a 22-man comp that has been happening all day here at Roxbury, one of Uganda's most fond pool places. This place that is found in the suburb of Chiwanga, in between the districts of Wakiso and Mukono in central Uganda, is one of the most renowned places for playing pool. It has directors who are always very happy. They just love the game. They just love the players. They just want to chill out with their players. They make players happy. They have changed so many lives of so many players. Ibrahim Sejemba is a player with one of the most lucrative contracts on the African continent, not just in Uganda. Courtesy of simply him playing pool, or the entire Roxbury team, Simon Noble, the computer, Joseph Kasozi, Hazard himself. He's managed at team level by Roxbury, at individual level by Dice Lounge, and other players, Ian Kazbe, others whom you don't even normally see on the live streams because they don't start for the team, but they are always proudly calling Roxbury home. They organize so many comps. There have been so many matches, local and international. International ones here at the venue, 4 of them: Mafia versus Computer, Kelvin versus Computer, Jerry versus Ibra, Jerry versus Kasozi, all played here. In yet another comp, this time around, to commemorate the 63rd birthday of Uganda as a nation, because today is Independence Day, but also to prepare the Uganda national team for the Ultimate Pool Championships. These guys are playing the ultimate rules, the international 8-ball rules, the rules in which Hazard and Kalema Paul are currently drawing 3-all, racing to 5 for the chance to be called champion of today's competition. 3-3 in, and it's a race to 5 in not more than 50 minutes. And I want to welcome to the stream a very special viewer, Mr. Zach Idiro. I'm seeing him on the stream. He's the manager of Roxbury. Every time you see a player under Team Roxbury playing a money match, every time you see the Roxbury team playing in international competitions and local, every time you see events at Roxbury, you know that he's the engine behind the activity. By therefore, whatever reason, Roxbury players for the comps that are organized here don't exactly win all the time, yet they win so much of the time away from home. That's why fans have filled this place to capacity all day and up to now, but they are living in a big suspense. Paul Kalema is way below Hazard in the pecking order of Ugandan pool, but when you look at the complexion of this final, it can go either way. He has played well enough to deserve a place in the final, not just by fortune, not by luck, but by the whole of merit that saw him defeat the best of Ugandan players in Caesar Chandiga in the quarterfinals. Daniel Nyangulu, thank you for watching from Malawi. Bada Bernard, appreciating the stream. Look at this from Hazard. That was beauty. That was a beauty. He does produce them. He normally has that saying that it is in me. He says it so proudly, so arrogantly, but some of the times just insinuating it to other players that he's a better player than them. He gets to put the cue ball, he gets to grant chance to Paul Kalema to probably try and win the frame. Not a very easy looking frame to be going for. I'm speaking of the yellows. Looks as though Kalema may want to play some kind of combination shot here. We call it the needful. You use your own ball to put your opponent's ball. It's a very technical foul because it is not a standard foul. Hazard cannot lift the cue ball and has only one shot on the table. Hazard now retaliates by playing into his ball and playing the cue ball into Kalema's ball, putting it also perhaps intentionally. Another technical foul, responding to a technical foul in the final that is played in the mind way more than it is played in the hands. Lewis, they are playing international rules. They are playing international rules courtesy of preparation for the Ultimate Pool Championships. The Ugandan team will be flying out of the country this Sunday evening and are expected in South Africa that same evening, but in Mbombela on Monday morning. I don't know how it will be like for them to be on the table because the team events do start on Monday 10 a.m. Mr. Paul KALEMA needing to put two, but one big shot. Will it be on target? That is the shot that is precise enough under the weight of pressure for him to take the lead in frame number 7. He has to be calm. He has to be composed. He seemingly is. He has been in Kampala for 3 years. He has only won one comp the whole of 3 years back. He may be having another comp in the bag today if he can now win one more frame out of the remaining 2. There goes Paul KALEMA. He leads by 4 frames to 3. He has every chance, a chance as good as Hazard, maybe a chance better than Hazard to win this evening's final at Roxbury. Hazard 3 and Paul KALEMA 4. Fino from Malawi, thank you for watching and being stubborn on the Africa Pool Players WhatsApp group. You and your group that involves Rachel and Rogers and Ibra, the real machine. Kevin Kabuha, thank you for watching. Tita Morgan, G. Wambale, good evening to you. Louis, you really want KALEMA Paul to win. It seems KALEMA is having the lion's share of the fans, most especially online. Owanuk Dennis, thank you for watching. Yusef from Zambia. Tony Kaganzi asking who beats Caesar. It is Paul KALEMA. Kabia Musa says Paul KALEMA is good, simply has to believe in himself. And the whole comp has been a race to 5. It's Moses Banda. You wanted me to comment the match between Aiden and Jerry. Hopefully, you never know. By the way, I have not commented the match between Aiden and Jerry. I've done, but not a money match at China Pub and Grill just about 3 months ago when they faced off in the second live quarterfinals in the Africa Super 16-man competition by China Pub and Grill. That was won by Jerry. My fondest memory of that match, when Jerry was just about to put the black, he has just played the difficult ball, then had very easy white for black, then looked into Eden in the face and told him the rest is a formality. I laughed. Get promise. Thank you for watching. Umpire Henry Joko does inspect and has clarified to Hazard that the red ball at the right side is frozen against the cushion. Hazard coming off the cushion to find another red instead. He's just shy of the mark, and it is a foul, a standard foul. It is Paul KALEMA can have the cue ball anywhere now on the bed of the table. Here he is. Not a bad way to play a free shot, most especially considering that Paul leaves another red of Hazard dead, frozen against the cushion at the top left, and yet Paul KALEMA frees his yellows in the same shot. Has to be very wary. One of the biggest comebacks in the competition was in the round of last 8, the quarterfinals. Hazard versus Amos Ndiagumanawe, legendary champion of Uganda. He is former national champion from the year that was 2014. Actually, 2015, I want to beg your pardon. He led by 4 frames to 1 against Hazard, and and Hazard won the last 4, including a decider to take the match home. Now he has just played somewhat a very technical foul, as in very technical. I love it for the fact that these guys are learning to use the ultimate pool rules to their advantage. And I will believe that the Ugandan team are ready for the ultimate pool championships. I'm not so certain what will be the results, but I know that they will be very competitive. There are so many good teams there. Team Kimasas and all of the South African teams. I was also speaking to the president of Ultimate Pool South Africa, Hilton, and he seems to insinuate that one of the South African teams is lining up Aiden. And now Paul Kalema is lining himself up for an equalizer here, missing a ball at exactly the wrong time of the match against a way more experienced shooter and someone who has been here at this level so many times and doing the needful. Hazard having now 1 red on the table, and the black, he seems to want to play backspin, perhaps wanting to put black to the same corner pocket. He has just spotted the red. The shot has lacked power. He needed big backspin. That shot will not go down as a good one, not whatsoever. He probably needs a very sharp cut of the black to the corner pocket, top right. He goes for the sharp cut and gets it slightly off. It was on target, but it lacked a little bit of power. But I have to upload the trial. It was indeed very precise. Case Sicilima, you're asking about the rules they are playing. It is ultimate rules, call them international 8-ball rules. The rules that are played in Ultimate Pool Championships all over the world. That one will go down as a costly miss from Kalema, and his body language says it all. The frame is won by Hazard. The final is ending in a decider, ladies and gentlemen. In a rest of 5, it is Paul Kalema 4 and Hazard LUKOMWA 4. That was the last break in this competition. Remember, the 40-second rule applies at the start of the decider. Hazard already gone for his extension. He can no longer get an extension. He must play the rest of the shots in the final in not more than 40 seconds as instructed by senior umpire Henry Joko. That was a miss. It's all up to Paul Kalema to utilize. At one point it looked as though the cue ball was spinning on its axis into the center pocket on the right. But Paul will still be in business. There is suspense, there is tension, there is nerves. There is that elephant in the room that there are so many comps that have been organized at Roxbury, but none of them has been won by a player of Roxbury, and yet without a shadow of a doubt, Roxbury does have the best players in the country. This time around, Hazard can only change the notion if he can prevent Paul Kalema from winning the ongoing frame. But Paul Kalema is playing like he's not ready to let that happen. Hazard needs to play the needful as quick as possible. The needful is the shot where one person plays their ball into their opponent's ball, which is parked at the corner pocket, and gets it sunk, leaving their own ball at that same corner pocket. Hazard has done so, unfortunately potting the cue ball. He did so with skill, but lacked a bit of luck. The foul is a standard one. Paul Kalema can have the cue ball at anywhere, at any point on the bed of the table. And it seems he has it in his mind that if there is any time to win a Ugandan Comp final, that time is now. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Paul Kalema, another of those Ugandan talents who are little known, but yes, very able. He needs to make sure that the cue ball is now as close as possible to the last red. Not so close, but close enough. Position play is okay. He will want to put the last red to the corner pocket bottom right. The cue ball bouncing off the cushion on the right and moving leftwards just around near to the same place that it is now. That will be the shot Kalema Paul will be wanting. But first we'll make sure that he's on target. On target he's not whatsoever. Bows his head down in disbelief. That is likely to have been the turning point, perhaps, of not just the match but also the entire competition, because one player was so close to winning the competition, yet another player is now even closer. The fans are just shouting to Hazard, please concentrate. Of course, they are Roxbury fans. They are certainly Hazard fans. After that shot, which has split another yellow open, you like to say that Hazard is pretty much almost confirmed as one of those two players, those few players that to get to win two competitions in the space of 2 days, including yesterday where he defeated Joseph Kasozi to win the ATA Super Ugandan 8-1 Cup, and today he's winning the Roxbury Independence Cup competition. Hazard now on 2 yellows, now just on 1, and the black, as simple as rolling the yellow right against the red, the white right against the yellow. Cue ball bouncing off the cushion with a little bit of left spin. The cue ball will naturally be in position for him to put black to the center pocket on the right, just like that. The fans are already beginning to celebrate. Hazard knows that he's winning yet 300 more US dollars, because as long as he puts black to the center pocket, he will be a victor, and yes, he is. Ladies and gentlemen, the truth is back to his best. After not winning any cup this year so far, from January up to October, he's won 2 in 2 days. For now, thank you for being a wonderful audience. The tournament is done. We meet in Mbombela. I wish you a very good evening. The final has been won by Hazard by 5 frames to 4. Paul Kalema is inconsolable.